Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be talking about a VOD release from earlier in the year, and I promise you this is really the name, but it's called Shithouse. Before we begin, let me know in the comments if you were looking forward to this, or what your thoughts were if you've seen it already. And make sure to give this a thumbs up if you like these reviews, because it helps me out immensely if you do that. Also, if you're new here and you like movies, please consider hitting that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with reviews of new releases and some classics. But now, let's jump right into it. This stars Cooper Raiff as Alex, a homesick college freshman who goes to a party and ends up spending the night with his sophomore RA Maggie, played by Dylan Gelula, who had a bad day and wants someone to hang out with. Cooper Raiff also wrote and directed this, and if you haven't heard of this, it's because it had an extremely quiet release back in October. I barely heard anyone mention this movie at all, and I did a double take when I actually heard the title. This was Raiff's debut as a filmmaker, and what a debut! Because this movie is absolutely incredible. And it's incredible because the story was so simple, yet it manages to convey so much emotion. Now, I admit, I didn't go away when I went to college. I did visit friends quite often though. But not only can I safely say this will be something that those who went away to college will be able to relate to, but it just nails the struggle of growing up and getting accustomed to new settings so perfectly. Like, there have been a lot of really well done coming of age dramas, but this captures how tough it can be almost to a T. Alex, Raiff's character, is incredibly lonely. He has no friends at school, he makes frequent calls to his mom, yet he's extremely relatable because he shows us how, for some people, it's simply not just a slight adjustment when entering a new environment. When you're still young and making your way into so many new social situations and trying to make an impression, every interaction feels like a major competition, and in most instances, there's an immense amount of pressure to make sure you say the exact thing that needs to be said at the right time. He feels like he has to always put on an act. Like, at one point, he attempts to talk about how he really didn't have any friends, but when he senses the judgmental nature of the individual he's speaking to, he awkwardly tries walking back what he previously said, and he'll quickly change the subject. And this happens at various points for him, and as someone who used to not be so great in social situations myself, I know exactly how he felt. And because it's effectively conveyed how much of a struggle he goes through, it's a very nice feel when he does meet Maggie, and for the first time, he feels like he can say what's on his mind. And the film does a great job bringing out this warmth that's felt as they get to know each other. The film primarily takes place over the course of one night with Alex and Maggie either hanging out in the dorms or walking around outside. Now, if you've ever seen Richard Linklater's Before trilogy, which was exclusively just two characters walking and talking for 2 hours, you'll get some similar vibes during this portion of the film, though I found there to be so much more to this than just a simple conversation over one night. And I gotta say, both Cooper Raiff and Dylan Gelula were excellent together. Never did I see a movie pull off so well how two people can be so incredibly awkward together, yet so compatible at the same time. And I thought a lot of that was brought out by both their quirky deliveries and unique charms. This is Raiff's feature debut as an actor as well, and this is also the first major role I've seen Gelula in, but I hope we see more from both of them very soon. And the film can also be very funny, with none of the jokes ever coming off as forced, and it captures the social awkwardness that comes with growing up so well. Sometimes maybe too well. The one thing I will say regarding this movie is that when it gets awkward, it gets extremely awkward. This isn't a major criticism, nor is it a massive knock against the film. It's just worth noting that while the characters can feel relatable, some of the interactions I found to be pretty cringeworthy, and I found myself cringing a number of times. Some stuff felt a bit painful to watch unfold. I do want to make it clear again, it's not a massive strike against the film, because to be fair, the main reason I was cringing a lot is because I found myself caring for what happens to these characters. It's just that they, and I really should say Alex in particular, say and do some really silly things at times. And because I was so invested in them, I really wish they didn't say some of the things they said. But I get it. Growing up's tough, and we all make dumb decisions, which is what I think the idea was behind most of these moments. I'm just saying, don't be surprised if you also find yourself cringing at times. I thought this was a really underrated movie. It's very funny, and it's anchored by two excellent performances from Cooper Raiff and Dylan Gelula, who both do an excellent job here. And I hope to see more from both of them very soon. Plus, it's one of the most realistic coming-of-age dramas that I've seen in quite some time, as it captures the pains of growing up so well. So I think a lot of people will be able to relate to it, despite how awkward it can get. It's on VOD, and I hope you check it out as soon as you can. Shithouse gets a 9 out of 10. So let me know, did you see Shithouse, or are you planning to see it, and what were your thoughts? Did you find it funny, and was this something you can relate to? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it, and for more movie reviews and film discussion, please make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated. Thanks for watching everyone, and I'll catch you next time.